speaking of Pro Football Focus, get this, Brian. He's calling the draft un-American.
Well, and
why?
Yeah, go on.
Why, we asked? All right, so this was reported by Awful Announcing. Great site there. This is a lot of fun. So, Florio staunchly believes that players entering the workforce should be free to choose their place of employment just like any other profession. I think this is such a joke take, but he made this argument in Playmakers, how the NFL really works and doesn't. But in part 1 of his book, Florio has a chapter titled, At its core, the draft is un-American or anti-American. So this is not me saying this. It's actually just in his book. This is what he has to say. The draft reflects anti-American values. It restrains movement and flexibility and the inherent realities of self-determination. It forces men not long removed from being boys to move to places they otherwise would never choose to live, often hundreds, if not thousands of miles from the places they prefer to start their professional lives. And he doubled down on this, Brian, in his interview with Awful Announcing. It really is un-American. There's no industry other than professional sports where someone who enters a workforce cannot pick where they're going to live, cannot pick who they're going to work for, cannot pick who they're going to work with. They just have to submit. The players are brainwashed. The fans are brainwashed. They just accept the way it is. You can't push back against it. Well, you can. They just don't do it often. Obviously, you think about people like John Elway and Eli Manning, who said, I am not playing at these places. And obviously, they were both able to win a couple Super Bowls with their other teams.
Yeah, look, I'm with you, John. I think this is a really, really dumb take by Florio. I think the longer people stay in national media, which Florio's obviously had a 20-plus year career, I think the longer they stay in, they develop this Colin Cowherd type mentality where at least Colin Cowherd is very open about it. He doesn't care about any small market teams and whatnot. He just doesn't care. He wants the Lakers to be good. He wants the Boston Celtics to be good. Patriots, Rams. They just care about the big market teams. Why? Because that's what makes them money. What makes them money is talking about big market teams. They don't care about the Titans. They don't care about the Oakland A's. They don't care about these
Nobody cares about the A's.
Whatever.
I'm the only one.
Obviously, look, the reason why drafts exist in these, yes, it is different from other areas of employment, but that's because this isn't a regular area of employment. It's entertainment where you join a league where the league over years has decided the most fair way for this to go that ends up giving us the best product is for us to have a draft where we can evenly distribute talent as it comes in. So because look, if it's just about contracts, then of course it's going to be a worse version of what we see with the Yankees. The big market teams will just be able to pay for all the best talent coming in, and it will make for a very bad product.
Also, know who agreed to this? They have the collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
The Players Association, the union, has said this is fine.
Yeah, we're okay with this.
This is so... these guys get paid $1 million. Millions of dollars.
Millions.
To go... Dude, I would go to Timbuktu if I was going to get paid $15 million.
Yeah.
I would do it in a second. And then you get to just live out your dream, and this is all of a sudden just anti-American. This isn't kids getting ripped away from their parents to go join some terrorist group in North Africa.
Yeah.
This here is you have the ability to showcase your skills and then have teams bid on you for you to become a millionaire and live out your dream of being an athlete. It's a garbage take. And last one here.
I really hate when he says, wherever it is. I'm trying to find your quote again, but basically where he's saying they're pulling them away from their family and blah 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 whatever. Not to go too much on this.
It forces men not long removed from being boys to move to places they otherwise would not choose to live, often hundreds if not thousands of miles from the places they prefer to start their professional lives.
Bingo. Okay. See, my problem with that is at 19 years old, for religious reasons, I did not choose to move to Veracruz, Mexico, but I did. Taking part of a mission and whatnot. I was completely separated from family, friends. I was 19. I was very young. I would not trade that experience for anything. Nothing to my life to this point. I'm not married. I don't have a kid. So those things mature people more.
Ladies, hit them up.
Yeah. No, but
don't ever do that again.
To this point in my life, nothing has matured me more than the fact of I was forced, as Florio would put it. I chose to go do something that separated me from my life before, from my friends and family, in a good way, and it allowed me actually to figure out who I was as my own person and to grow on my own and to be presented with new experiences and whatnot. I look at it and I go, oh wow, Florio, what are you talking about? clearly you never had an experience like this where you got a chance to separate yourself from childish things and go become a man somewhere else. And that's why I don't have a problem with a kid, because also, here's the thing, kid who grows up in Atlanta, who has a lot of bad influences around him, then gets shipped off to Seattle in the draft, a lot of times that might be the best thing for him.
Amen to that. It's an absolute joke of a take. And I don't think anybody out there in sports media is seriously going to side with him.
No, he has some disciples. I was listening to the Ringer NFL draft podcast yesterday, doing some prep for this, and one of them started saying these same points, and I was like, oh, that's clearly he's taking it from Florio. So Florio's winning over some minds with this. Because
we already know the media is just so, like, this is just basically just a leftist idea. That's it.
Well, and they're also incestuous with their talking points.
Well, because there has to be a way to spin something to say it's anti-American. Because obviously, like, we're going to cover it on the show. If you say something is anti-American, it's like, no, it's not. You got to love what you just saw, right? You like your sports without the nonsense, sports without the woke. You can get plenty of that if you head over to our YouTube channel, go to the Breakaway channel, press subscribe, press like on every single one of those videos, smash it, hit it out of the park. Let's go. It's awesome conversations, great content. And also, if you're on Instagram, you can follow us at TPUSA Breakaway. Appreciate y'all. Peace.